Learning English is always a difficult issue for many Chinese young students. In China, there are many international students coming here to learn Chinese. In Tsinghua University, I have seen and have taught international students from all over the world. When we learn a language, we also learn the culture. For example, like Chinese food. Chinese food is a very important thing for Chinese culture, for Chinese people. Coming to China to enjoy Chinese food is definitely an important experience for international students. So when they learn Chinese language, they start to learn how to say, how to order food, how to describe the food they want, even how to show if they like or dislike the food. Learning language, meaning learning the culture. Learning culture also need to learn some of the language. Take one example. It's actually very easy for people to pick up not so good language, some dirty languages when we learn cultures. And also for people speaking the same language, there are some differences. For example, for written languages, sometimes the characters are written from left to right. But there are some languages from right to left. There are some languages are pictorial, like characters, like Chinese characters. You can write it from left to right. You don't want to read from right to left, but you can also read from the top. Different directions, okay. When we say language, we don't just mean written language. It could be body language, how to use your body, use your hands to show, to communicate. In different cultures, there are different body languages. Gestures and other interpersonal cues say more than words and are more cultural dependent than words. Many of my friends come to Beijing experience shorter physical distance. In public space, they feel the space is a little close with other people they don't know. And the gestures show how friendly those people to you or you to other people. And also we can use our sign languages to communicate. For example, in some cultures we can use a thumb to show good. And also Chinese people learn that as well. And take one other example. When Japanese young people take pictures, particularly young ladies, they prefer to show two fingers. But the meaning of the two fingers is actually victory in Europe and America. But how come they like to say victory when they take pictures? Different meaning, different sign languages in different culture. And not just languages, also things we created, or things around us, like creatures. In China, creature can be considered not so positive, sometimes bad luck, as well as in Western cultures. So in some horrible movies, you see crow. When you see crow, you mean, well, probably this is like death or even something even worse. But if you go to Japan, crow means good luck. Very positive, totally different. And not just crow, another kind of a bird, seagull. There's a Chinese watch manufacturer, the company called Seagull. The brand name is Seagull. In China, Chinese people accept it very well. Oh, that means persistency in our culture. But if you go to Brazil, Brazilian people may say, well, it's not so good. The brand means not so nice. It's bad luck. Again, different things, different meaning. Languages, oral languages, body languages, gestures, creatures, and also technology. I remember 10 years ago, I went to some banks in Beijing. I saw abacus for customers to use. Abacus has been used as one important calculator. It's actually very important. It doesn't need any battery power. It's a very good tool for people to calculate. Easy to carry. No need about low battery power, such kind of things. I saw that in local banks. Not anymore. But abacus is actually one kind of a technology. Abacus used and developed by various cultures differ in shape, as in the figures you can see, different structure, and different materials, and different ways to play it, different encoding methods, and even counting mechanisms. So you see Chinese abacus, pretty similar to Japanese abacus, but a little different. But when you see Russian abacus, when you see Roman abacus, very different. I don't really know how to use Russian abacus or Roman abacus. But I'm pretty sure this kind of technology, the same technology for different cultures, people use the same technology for different purposes, different materials, different rules, different ways to use it, but the same technology. This technology may look a little old to you, outdated. You say, well, 10 years ago people used abacus, but no more. But how about nowadays? How about modern technology? In your home, probably in your office as well. Refrigerator. We use refrigerator to keep food, drinks. Sometimes we keep things frozen. In summer, we can enjoy ice, cold drink if we have refrigerator. It's like a necessary appliance for many people, most of people. For people enjoying wine, or for people who have very nice, very good wine, they want to keep wine in a very special place. They want to keep the wine, they want to protect wine. So they use the same technology, refrigerator for wine, but not just limited for European people. In China, as well as in many countries, you can buy a refrigerator specially designed for wine. Wine is a culture. For Korean people, they eat kimchi. Kimchi is a very special kind of a food. Korean kimchi can be hot. Korean kimchi is kind of a preserved vegetables. It has to be kept under certain temperature or condition. So the same technology has been used for Korean people for kimchi. Every meal, almost every meal you see Korean people enjoying kimchi. In Korea, outside Korea, in Korean town, if you go to Korean restaurant. So again, same technology for people from different culture, there are different purposes. Not just technologies, also people's behavior and lifestyle. One example like tipping. For people visiting China, maybe you have the question, do I need to tip people? When I go to a restaurant to order, do I have to tip waiters or waitress? No, no need. In China, no need. But if you go to America, well, you have to tip your waiters or waitress, and the system gives the very, very immediate response to waiters or waitress or people who provide service. And it's a very good reward system, very immediate again. But if you go to Japan, again, you will say, I don't need to tip people, but Japanese people will tell you, well, in this case, the tips are included, everybody the same. That's the Japanese culture. Everybody the same. You will be guaranteed, you will get a very similar level of service, and you will pay, everybody pays the same level amount of tips. But in Europe, the meaning of tipping, again, is a little different. It's showing the appreciation. It's not like in the US, in lunch or in dinner, you give 10%, 50%, or 20%. It's not like that. Different culture, different meaning, even including the way to encourage performance.